Juniors, and welcome to another edition of Hillfields Juniors TV. Unfortunately, this one's going to be the last one for a little bit because church is going to be open very soon, so we'll be able to meet up again, but we might do it again later on in the year. So today's verse of the day is Matthew 5 verse 14. It says, "You are the light of the world." And our Bible story is going to be all about how Jesus chose his disciples, and he told the disciples to go out and be the light of the world. So I think that's a very good Bible verse. So we're in the kitchen and we're going to make some gingerbread men. So the first thing we've got to do is wipe down all the units. So I've already washed my hands. So because we're going to have to roll it all out, we need to give it a good wash. So there we go. So I was going to make a gingerbread recipe, but mine didn't work out so good. So we're going to use a shortbread recipe, but put ginger in there. But if you don't like ginger, you could just use shortbread biscuit, make shortbread men, okay? So our ingredients are 150 grams of plain flour, and in there is a pinch of salt. We've got 50 grams of sugar. Because I'm making gingerbread, I'm using brown sugar, but if you want to make shortbread, you use white sugar. We've got 100 grams of butter or margarine. We've also got a gingerbread man cutter and a rolling pin. And we've got some ginger and some cinnamon. But if you don't like these two, you can just make shortbread. And then we've got a little bit of extra flour for when we roll it all out. So we put the flour in first and the salt. Then we put the sugar in. And then we add the butter. And give it a good mix. This is probably going to take a long time. So I've mixed it a little bit already, but now we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of ginger and half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and that will give it a lovely taste. And we carry on mixing. And after a lot of mixing, it ends up looking like that. So now we have to roll it out. So we're going to put a little bit of flour down. Do a little bit at a time. Cover it with some flour and roll it out. You want it about that thick, and then we start cutting out our little gingerbread men. So you've got to be careful when you lift them up in case they break. So lift them up carefully, pull off the excess. The baking tray, which we've got some greaseproof paper on there so they don't stick. And then all you do is carry on making it into little balls, rolling it out, and cutting some more men out. So this is our 12 disciples made. Now we're going to put them in the ovens about 200 degrees or gas mark, I don't know, 6, for about 15 to 20 minutes. Right, they're all cooked. You've got to wait for them to cool down, and once they've cooled down, you can start to decorate them. So what I've got is some icing and some little silver balls. So let's do some decorating. So I'm going to give this one, let's start with this one. I'm going to give him ginger hair or red hair. We'll give him green eyes. green shirt, I think. I'm going to put some black dots on there. I'm going to give him a red smile. So that's one done. So now we've got to decorate all the rest. Right, now we've decorated them all, and if you look, they're all happy apart from this one. This one's got a sad face. Do you know why this one's got a sad face? Because this is Judas, and Judas betrayed Jesus, and he was very upset about it. So we've given Judas a very sad face. Right, so I think the only good thing to do is taste them. So here we go. Bye-bye. Making it into little balls, rolling it out and cutting some more men out till you've used up all the men with no heads. So we just carry on rolling it out, cutting them out until we've used up all the biscuit mix. Leg.
Oh dear.
Be alright.
Sorry, gingerbread man.
Yeah, but Jesus healed the sick, didn't he? If you do that, look.
Amen.
He healed the sick. So, that'll be okay?
Amen.
Amen.
Hello children! I hope you're all right. I hope you've had a good week and a good morning. I hope you had a good sleep last night. Good to see you. Now I'm going to read to you another story today, and it's about Jesus who chooses his disciples. So if you are ready, you get your cuddly toy, your snuggle blanket, or just chill and have a listen. So yeah, so get ready and I will start. Okay. Ready? Right. Jesus chooses his disciples. Jesus began to tell people about God. He knew he had a lot of work to do, and he went out to find some helpers. As Jesus was walking, so there he is. As Jesus was walking along the seashore, he saw some fishermen. Jesus called to them, "Come, follow me. I will make you fishers of people." There he is. Right away, they left their boats and followed Jesus. Their names were Peter, Andrew, James, and John. Later, Jesus met a tax collector named Matthew. Matthew's job was to collect the tax money from the people and give it to the king. Matthew also gave up his job to follow Jesus. There's Matthew there, throwing all his money away. He's basically saying, "I don't want to do this anymore, Jesus. I just want to be with you and follow you." Jesus chose some more people. Their names were Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, and another man named James. And then there's also on this side, look there, they're all together. So he continued, okay, and he chose Philip, Thaddeus, Simon, and Judas joined them too. And Jesus now had 12 new followers, and he called them his disciples. Can you say that word? Disciples. Jesus taught them all about God's love. Okay, so that's it for today's story. So Jesus chose those 12 disciples, but you know, Jesus also wants you to be part of his family, to be part of to be disciples too. So I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a good week and enjoy the rest of the show, and I'll see you soon.
Jesus loves the little children.
of our series this time. We might come back later in the year for like holiday time. So I hope you've enjoyed watching Hillfields Juniors TV. I got my little friend here with me. He's come to say goodbye. And we thought we'd just have a quick look at all the crafts we've done over the last 10 weeks and see if you can remember what we've done. So we'll start off with up here, I think. Look, there's our pigs. Do you remember that story? That was the prodigal son. And then we've got our coat of many colours, which would have been Joseph. And then also with Joseph, we did our Pharaoh's necklace and gauntlet. Then one week we made sheep cakes. Do you remember that? That was when we were talking about Psalm 23. And then we had our Daniel in the lion's den, where we made our lions. Then on this shelf we had our little pig, our little frog, and he was all about the 10 plagues. Then we did our headband with Jonah and the whale, and we had Jonah in the tummy of the whale. And we had our little fluffy sheep, and he was I am the good shepherd. And then we come to our very first craft, where we made binoculars so we could look around our garden and see what we could find of God's creation. So there's just a few people we need to thank that helped create this Hillfields Juniors TV. We've got to thank Daisy for doing all the stories. We've got to thank Jess and Joe for doing our puppets. And we've got to thank Natasha for recording it. So we say a big thank you to everybody. And I thought just as we go in, we'll do one little song that I know you all like, called Bigger Than a Burger.
God's love is bigger than a burger, it is bigger than a mouse, bigger than an